Survival on Earth is not a fleeting moment of drama, but a ceaseless, intricate dance, an unending contest of endurance, adaptation, and ingenuity. Every second, life is tested by the elements, by hunger, by thirst, and by the ever-present threat of predators. The world's wild places are arenas where only the most resourceful and resilient can persist. In the silent cracks of stone, a tiny plant pushes upward, its roots winding through unforgiving rock. It draws scant moisture from the air, its leaves angled to capture every drop of sunlight. This quiet persistence is a marvel, each cell engineered to withstand drought, each root tip sensing the faintest trace of water, defying the odds with every fragile shoot. In the shadows, a predator waits, muscles coiled, senses sharpened by generations of evolution. It reads the wind, listens for the faintest rustle, and blends seamlessly into its surroundings. Patience is its greatest weapon, and when the moment comes, it strikes with precision honed by countless hunts. Its survival depends on stealth, speed, and the ability to adapt to the ever-changing tactics of its prey. Across jagged rocks and shifting sands, creatures move with calculated caution. Some have padded feet to muffle their steps. Others have scales or fur that blend perfectly with the landscape. Every movement is a risk, every pause a calculation. One misstep could mean exposure to predators or the loss of precious energy in a world where resources are scarce. As the sun rises, a chorus of life awakens. In the desert, nocturnal animals retreat to burrows, while heat-adapted lizards bask on sun-warmed stones. In the rainforest, birds call out to stake their territory, and insects emerge to feed. Each dawn is a reset, a new set of challenges, a new opportunity to outwit the dangers that lurk in every corner. From the blistering deserts, where animals conserve water with specialized kidneys and burrow deep to escape the heat, to the vast oceans where creatures migrate thousands of miles in search of food, life's strategies are as varied as the environments themselves. In rainforests, camouflage and mimicry are essential, while in the savanna, speed and cooperation can mean the difference between life and death. Every adaptation is a solution to a unique environmental puzzle. As dusk falls, the world transforms. Some animals seek shelter, curling into hidden crevices or burrows to avoid nocturnal hunters. Others emerge under the cover of darkness, relying on keen senses, night vision, acute hearing, or the ability to sense vibrations, to navigate and survive. The cycle of risk and refuge continues, shaped by the relentless demands of the environment. Our journey will take us to the Atacama desert, where rain may not fall for decades and only the hardiest plants and animals endure, and to the African savanna, where the night sky is alive with the calls of predators and prey. In each of these places, survival is a daily test, and only those with the most effective adaptations can hope to thrive. Every habitat presents its own set of challenges: scarcity of water, extreme temperatures, relentless predators. Some animals have developed armor-like skin, others can change color to vanish from sight, and some have evolved to store fat or water for lean times. Each adaptation is a testament to the creativity of life, shaped by countless generations of trial and error. These are not mere tales of existence, but epic sagas of resilience and ingenuity. From the tiniest insect to the largest beast, every creature faces obstacles: drought, hunger, cold, and competition. Each day survived is a victory, each adaptation a chapter in the ongoing story of life's determination. Life clings to the harshest places, on windswept cliffs, in frozen tundra, beneath the crushing weight of the ocean. Some plants can survive being frozen solid, while certain animals can go months without food or water. Their tenacity is awe-inspiring, a living testament to the power of adaptation. Beneath the surface, hidden battles rage. Tiny creatures wage wars for territory, food, and mates. Some use chemical defenses, others rely on speed or stealth. These unseen struggles are the foundation of every ecosystem, maintaining the delicate balance that allows life to flourish. Step into this world of relentless challenge and ingenious solutions, Witness the drama of survival as it unfolds in the wildest corners of our planet, where every adaptation tells a story and every survivor is a testament to nature's creativity. This is the story of Survival Unleashed, a celebration of life's power to endure, adapt, and thrive in the face of adversity. On this remarkable, often brutal planet, every heartbeat is a triumph, and every survivor is a hero in the greatest story ever told. In the world's harshest places, survival is a relentless test of endurance. Here, animals and plants are locked in a daily struggle against forces that threaten to overwhelm them at every turn. Each species faces challenges that demand extraordinary resilience, evolving strategies that defy the odds and push the boundaries of what life can endure. In deserts where rain may not fall for years, every drop of water is a treasure. Animals must travel vast distances across blistering sands, their bodies conserving moisture with every breath. Plants, too, have adapted, growing thick skins, storing water in swollen stems, and closing their pores to the relentless sun. In the frozen Arctic, food is buried beneath layers of ice and snow. Animals dig tirelessly, their fur and fat shielding them from the biting cold. Even the smallest plants cling to life, growing low to the ground, their growth measured in millimeters each year as they wait for the brief summer thaw. The rules are unyielding: find food, find water, avoid danger, and conserve every ounce of energy. Every decision is a matter of survival, and hesitation can be fatal. Plants defend themselves with thorns and toxins, while animals must weigh every risk, always alert to the threat of predators. In the Atacama, the sun is merciless, evaporating moisture before it can reach the roots. Animals retreat underground or become nocturnal, emerging only when the air cools and the risk of dehydration lessens. In the Arctic, the cold is so intense it can freeze flesh in minutes. Only the toughest survive, those with thick fur, layers of fat, or the ability to huddle together for warmth. The wind scours the land, and shelter is a rare and precious refuge. In the Amazon, competition is fierce and constant. Every creature is both hunter and hunted, moving through a maze of dense foliage. Plants race skyward, stretching for sunlight, while roots tangle in the shadows below, fighting for every nutrient. In the deep ocean, darkness and crushing pressure create a world of extremes. Animals glow with bioluminescence to lure prey or find mates, while plants and algae cling to rocks, drawing energy from faint traces of light or chemical vents. Life has spent millions of years solving these challenges with remarkable adaptations: thick fur to trap heat, humps to store water, gills to breathe underwater, and even antifreeze sap in plants to survive the coldest nights. For the inhabitants of Earth's toughest habitats, there is no margin for error. Every step, every movement, every breath is a calculated risk. Plants anchor themselves against storms, while animals move with caution, always alert to the next threat. A missed meal, a single misstep, or a moment of weakness can mean death. The margin for survival is razor thin, and only the most resilient endure. Yet through every hardship, life persists. Animals and plants overcome obstacles with ingenuity and determination, seizing every opportunity to grow, reproduce, and thrive, even in the most unforgiving places. Life turns the most hostile places into a home, building shelters, raising families, and forging communities. Plants cluster together, sharing scarce resources, while animals create nests and burrows to protect the next generation. Every action is a calculated risk, every day a test of wit, strength, and resilience. Even the smallest root or the quietest step can mean the difference between life and death. This is survival at its most ingenious, a testament to the creativity and determination of life on Earth. In every corner of the planet, from the driest deserts to the deepest oceans, life endures, adapts, and flourishes against all odds. Dawn breaks over the Atacama Desert, Earth's driest non-polar desert, where life clings to the edge of possibility. The landscape glows with a pale golden light, revealing a world sculpted by relentless sun, bone-dry winds, and ancient salt flats. Here rain may not fall for decades, and the air itself seems to draw moisture from every living thing. The ground is encrusted with salt, and the rarest of plants, like the resilient loretta and tiny desert flowers, cling to life, their roots burrowing deep to find hidden moisture. Some plants survive by capturing the faint morning fog, their leaves designed to funnel every precious drop to their roots. Among these survivors, a fennec fox emerges from its burrow, its oversized ears radiating heat and detecting the faintest sounds. These remarkable ears are not just for hearing, they help the fox stay cool, acting as natural radiators in the relentless desert. Nearby, beetles scuttle across the sand and lizards bask on sun-warmed rocks, each adapted to the extremes in their own way. Water is almost non-existent. The fox survives by extracting precious moisture from its prey, small insects, lizards, and eggs hidden beneath the sand. Beetles collect dew on their backs, while lizards hide in the shade of rocks to avoid the searing heat. Every meal, every drop is a lifeline in this parched world. The fox's kidneys are finely tuned to conserve every drop, and it moves with careful, deliberate steps to save energy, avoiding unnecessary exertion under the harsh sun. Cacti and succulents store water in swollen stems, their thick skins shielding them from evaporation. The cool dawn offers a brief window for hunting before the sun's heat becomes deadly. In these precious moments, the fox must find enough food to last the day. Owls and rodents also take advantage of the cooler hours, each playing their part in the desert's delicate balance. Listening intently, the fox detects a beetle scuttling beneath the sand, its sensitive ears picking up the faintest vibrations. Beetles burrow quickly, and lizards flick their tongues to snatch unsuspecting prey, each using unique tactics to survive. A quick pounce, a frantic dig, and a small lizard becomes both meal and drink. Each successful hunt is a testament to the fox's skill and adaptation. Lizards dash for cover, and beetles roll precious food back to their burrows, each moment a contest for survival. Every catch is a victory in this harsh land, a small triumph against the odds stacked by the desert. Even the plants celebrate rare rains, bursting into bloom for a fleeting moment before the dryness returns. As the sun climbs higher, the fox retreats to its burrow, escaping the searing heat that would quickly sap its strength and threaten its survival. Lizards and beetles also seek shelter, vanishing into cracks and crevices until the sun's fury fades. Down in the cool earth, the fox rests and digests, conserving energy for the next hunt. The burrow is a sanctuary, a place of safety and relief from the burning world above. Other creatures, too, find refuge underground, waiting for the night to return. Survival here means knowing when to act and when to hide, reading the rhythms of the desert and responding with perfect timing. Every creature is attuned to the subtle changes in light, temperature, and sound. The desert's test is relentless, but the fox endures, shaped by generations of adaptation and resilience. Plants curl their leaves to conserve water, and beetles wait patiently for the cool of night. In the Atacama, every day is a triumph of adaptation, a story of survival written in paw prints, tracks, and petals across the sand. As the sun sets, the desert stirs again, and the cycle of survival begins anew. The first challenge of the day is met. But as twilight falls, the struggle continues, and every creature prepares for another night in the world's toughest desert. While the Atacama bakes beneath relentless sun, far to the north, a world of stark contrast emerges. The Arctic tundra is a realm of endless cold, where the land is locked in ice and snow for most of the year. Temperatures plunge far below freezing, and fierce winds sweep across the barren expanse, sculpting snow into ghostly drifts. On the shifting sea ice, a polar bear roams, an apex predator perfectly adapted to this frozen wilderness. Its thick blubber and dense fur form a living shield, trapping precious warmth and allowing the bear to endure the bitter chill, even as icy winds howl across the tundra. Massive paws act as snowshoes, spreading its weight so it can cross fragile ice without breaking through and providing traction on the slippery surface. Beneath the ice, the ringed seal hides, elusive and wary. It is the polar bear's main prey and the key to survival in this harsh world. Hunting here is a test of patience and endurance. The bear may wait for hours, motionless, conserving energy in a place where every calorie counts and failure can mean starvation. With a powerful sense of smell, the bear detects the faint scent of a seal's breathing hole. Hidden beneath layers of snow and ice, it waits, silent and still as the world around it is hushed by snow. Suddenly, a seal surfaces for air, breaking the silence. In a flash, the bear lunges with explosive power, striking at the ice hole in a desperate bid for a meal. A successful hunt means survival. The bear feasts, replenishing vital fat reserves that will sustain it through the long, hungry months ahead. But the Arctic is a land in flux. As seasons shift, the sun returns, and the ice begins to melt, cracks forming across the once solid sea. The bear's world shrinks as the ice retreats, forcing it to travel farther and riskier distances in search of food. Blizzards sweep across the tundra, reducing visibility to nothing and testing the endurance of every creature that calls this place home. The polar bear's endurance is legendary. It faces hunger, cold, and the relentless challenge of survival with quiet strength. Yet, as the ice thins and the seasons grow unpredictable, the future grows more uncertain for this Arctic giant. Each step across the thinning ice is a gamble, and every day is a struggle against the elements and the ever-changing environment. In this white wasteland, survival is never guaranteed. The struggle for life continues, shaped by the harshest forces of nature, on the ever-shifting ice. Deep within the Amazon rainforest, survival is a relentless contest of adaptation, competition, and camouflage. This vast green world is home to more species than anywhere else on Earth. Each layer of the forest, from the shadowy floor to the sunlit canopy, teems with life. Life pulses in every corner: tiny insects, vibrant birds, elusive mammals, and silent reptiles. But for every creature there is a predator lurking, and every moment is a test of survival. The stick insect, nearly invisible among the twigs, sways gently to mimic the breeze. Its mastery of disguise is its greatest shield, allowing it to vanish from the eyes of hungry birds and prowling monkeys. Camouflage, or crypsis, is a spectacular adaptation here. Leaf-mimicking katydids, bark-patterned frogs, and even snakes that look like vines, each has evolved to blend seamlessly into the living tapestry of the forest. But survival is not only about hiding. In this crowded world, alliances are forged. Animals form partnerships, working together to outwit predators and find food. Leafcutter ants march in endless lines, carrying pieces of leaf to their underground farms. Here they cultivate fungus, a food source that depends entirely on their care. This partnership is a marvel of cooperation, each species relying on the other for survival. Symbiosis is everywhere. Birds pick insects from the backs of tapirs, while certain butterflies sip salty tears from turtles. Each relationship is a delicate balance, a mutual exchange of benefits in a world where every advantage counts. The rainforest is a living web, woven from countless connections. Every creature, from the tiniest ant to the largest jaguar, plays a role in this intricate ecosystem. The stick insect hides in plain sight. The poison dart frog flashes brilliant colors, warning of its deadly toxins. The jaguar, silent and powerful, stalks through the undergrowth, relying on stealth and strength. The air hums with the calls of birds, the buzz of insects, and the rustle of unseen creatures. Beneath the beauty, tension simmers. Every animal is both hunter and hunted. Every moment is a struggle to find food, to avoid becoming food, to carve out a place in the chaos. The competition is fierce, and only the most adaptable survive. The Amazon's secrets are written in every adaptation: the sloth's slow movements, the toucan's oversized bill, the electric eel's shocking defense. Each trait is a story of survival shaped by millions of years of evolution. Here, survival is a dance of ingenuity and risk. The competition never ends, and the secrets of the Amazon are revealed in every leaf, every shadow, and every heartbeat of this extraordinary world. As night falls above, we descend into the deep ocean, a realm shrouded in perpetual darkness where sunlight never reaches, and the pressure is immense, enough to crush all but the hardiest forms of life. Here, along the ocean floor, volcanic hydrothermal vents, cracks in the Earth's crust, spew scalding, mineral-rich water into the icy abyss. These vents are fueled by magma deep below, creating underwater chimneys that glow with heat and energy. Around these vents, life flourishes in forms found nowhere else. Giant tube worms, towering up to 2 meters tall, cluster in dense colonies. With no mouth or stomach, they rely on a remarkable adaptation to survive in this toxic mineral-laden water. Their secret lies within, a symbiotic partnership with chemosynthetic bacteria living inside their bodies. These bacteria are the true engines of survival here. The tube worms absorb hydrogen sulfide and other chemicals from the vent fluid. The bacteria convert these toxic compounds into energy and nourishment, a process called chemosynthesis, allowing life to thrive without sunlight. This entire ecosystem is powered by chemical energy, not the sun. Here, the rules of survival are rewritten, and life is built on the invisible fires of the earth. Surrounding the vents, ghostly white crabs, blind shrimp, and bizarre fish gather, each uniquely adapted to the darkness and toxic environment. Some have no eyes, while others glow with bioluminescence, signaling or luring prey in the blackness. Every creature here has evolved to withstand extreme heat, crushing pressure, and poisonous chemicals, turning what would be deadly elsewhere into the very source of life. The struggle for survival is relentless. Predators and prey engage in a constant dance, each moment a battle to endure in this harsh alien world. In the deep, there is no day or night, only endless darkness broken by the faint glow of living light and the ever-present fight to survive. These extraordinary creatures are living proof that life can adapt to the most extreme conditions, finding our way even in the planet's most forbidding corners. The ocean's hidden fires burn on, sustaining a world apart, an astonishing testament to the resilience and ingenuity of life beneath the waves. A night on the African savanna, the stage is set for the final act of survival. Beneath the vast, star-studded sky, life and death are woven into every shadow and whisper of grass. A leopard moves through the grass, a master of stealth and patience. Every step is calculated, each muscle tensed for the hunt. The savanna's silence is deceptive. Predators and prey are locked in a constant, invisible contest. Its rosette coat camouflages it in the moonlight. Its senses are tuned for the hunt. The leopard's keen eyes catch the faintest movement. Its ears swivel to the softest rustle. Every adaptation is a tool for survival. Tonight it stalks an impala, creeping forward with silent precision. The impala, ever watchful, grazes nervously, its large eyes and sensitive ears always alert for danger. The hunt is a test of patience. One wrong move and the prey escapes. The impala's survival depends on its vigilance and speed, while the leopard relies on surprise and timing. When the moment comes, the leopard explodes from cover. The impala bolts, its powerful legs propelling it in desperate leaps, zigzagging to evade capture. The chase is brief and brutal. A leap, a struggle, and the hunt is over. For the impala, a moment's hesitation means the end. For the leopard, it means survival. The leopard drags its prize into a tree, safe from larger predators. This strategy keeps its meal away from lions and hyenas who roam the plains in search of easy spoils. Here, under the stars, it feeds in peace. The tree is a fortress, a place where the leopard can eat undisturbed, high above the reach of scavengers. But even victory is temporary. The struggle for survival never ends. Below, hyenas and jackals prowl, hoping for scraps. Every animal on the savanna plays a role in this intricate food chain. Every night the savanna is alive with hunters and hunted. Lions stalk buffalo in the distance, owls swoop down on rodents, and herds of antelope move together for safety in numbers. The cycle of life and death plays out as it has for millennia. Each species has evolved unique strategies, speed, camouflage, teamwork, or cunning, to survive the endless contest. The leopard's success tonight means another day of life. Its strength will be tested again as the balance of predator and prey shifts with every sunrise and sunset. On the plains, survival is a silent nightly drama. Each creature, from the smallest insect to the mightiest predator, is bound to the rhythm of the savanna's food chain. The hunt is over, but the fight continues. In the darkness, the savanna breathes, alive with the endless dance of survival. As the leopard feeds, the savanna awakens to another day in the cycle of life. Each meal is a link in a chain that stretches back through countless generations, predator and prey, locked in a dance as old as time. Deep beneath the waves, tube worms draw energy from the earth itself, thriving where sunlight never reaches. Here life adapts to extremes, forging new paths in the darkness. In the desert, the fennec fox rests in its cool burrow, conserving energy for the night's hunt. Survival here means adapting to searing heat and endless sand. Across deserts, oceans, rainforests, and tundra, the endless cycles of nature unfold. Seasons shift, rains come and go, and every creature must find its place in the rhythm of change. Every animal is a masterpiece of adaptation. Fur thickens for winter, colors shift for camouflage, bodies change to suit the land, the water, or the air. Some migrate vast distances, following ancient routes across continents and oceans, guided by stars, currents, and instinct. Others remain, enduring drought, cold, or flood, using every tool evolution has given them to survive. No creature lives in isolation. Each is part of a fragile web. Predators, prey, scavengers, and plants, all bound together in cycles of dependence. The polar bear roams the ice, following the shifting flows in search of seals, its journey shaped by the seasons and the melting ice. Tube worms cluster around volcanic vents, their lives tied to the Earth's restless energy, thriving where few others can. The stick insect vanishes among leaves, while the leopard stalks the grasslands, each relying on adaptation to survive. The struggle of one is linked to the fate of all. A ripple in one part of the web can echo across the world. Each day is a microcosm of life's larger story, a constant test of resilience, adaptation, and instinct. The cycle repeats: birth, growth, migration, struggle, and renewal. Predator and prey, hunter and hunted, all play their part. For most, there's no guarantee of another sunrise. Each dawn brings new challenges, and only the most adaptable endure. The drive to adapt, to overcome, and to persist is the heartbeat of nature. And so the endless cycle continues: migration, adaptation, survival, woven into the fabric of every habitat on Earth. Life's story is one of resilience, connection, and the unbroken chain of existence. And this story plays out every day, everywhere, as nature's endless cycles shape the world. As dawn breaks over the savanna, a new day begins, filled with promise and possibility. The leopard descends from its tree, muscles rippling with quiet strength, ready to face whatever the day may bring. Far to the north, the polar bear resumes its search across fragile ice, while deep in the Amazon the forest stirs, birds call, monkeys leap, and life surges forward. In the desert, the fennec fox emerges from its burrow, ears alert, ready for another test of endurance and wit. Across every habitat, animals rise to meet the day's challenges, each moment a testament to their resilience and adaptability. Yet the world is changing. Melting ice, warming oceans, and shrinking forests present new obstacles, testing the limits of survival through storms, droughts, and shifting seasons. These creatures persist, adapting, learning, and evolving with every sunrise. Their story is one of hope, a lesson in patience, courage, and the unbreakable will to survive. Evolution shapes their journey. guiding each species to new ways of thriving in a world that never stands still. The fate of every animal is woven into the fabric of Earth's habitats, each ecosystem a vital thread in the tapestry of life. As the sun rises, millions of creatures greet the day with hope, determination, and the promise of renewal. The drama of life and death unfolds in every corner of the planet, a never-ending story of courage and survival. From continent to continent, the world awakens and the story of resilience continues, stronger with each new dawn. This is the greatest story of all, a celebration of life's tenacity and the beauty of adaptation, and as long as the sun rises, it is a story that will go on, written by the resilience of Earth's wild inhabitants and the ever-changing world they call home. Beneath the relentless sun, where shade is scarce and water is a distant memory, life finds a way. In the heart of the desert, reptiles and insects are the true masters of survival, champions of adaptation in a world of extremes. A horned lizard flattens itself against the scorching sand, its scales acting as armor against the heat. With a slow, deliberate movement, it draws moisture from the tiniest dew on its skin, channeling precious drops toward its mouth. Nearby, a sandfish skink dives beneath the surface, swimming through the dunes to escape the searing temperatures above. Safe in the cool underground, it waits for dusk to emerge. As the sun climbs higher, an antlion larva buries itself in a funnel-shaped trap, motionless and unseen. Patiently, it waits for an unsuspecting ant to slip, its jaws snapping shut in an instant. A perfect ambush in a land where every meal counts. Overhead, a Namib beetle climbs a dune at dawn, turning its back to the breeze. Tiny droplets of fog condense on its shell, trickling down to its mouth, an ingenious way to harvest water from thin air. From the armored scorpion that glows under moonlight to the sidewinder snake that moves in graceful, looping curves to avoid the hottest sand, each creature has evolved to conquer the desert's challenges. Some are masters of camouflage, blending seamlessly into rocks and sand. Others have slowed their lives to a crawl, conserving every drop of energy and moisture. In this land of extremes, survival is a delicate balance, a dance of patience, resourcefulness, and ancient instinct. Every adaptation tells a story, written in scales, shells, and shadows. Here in the shimmering heat, the desert's smallest inhabitants prove that even in the harshest places, life not only endures, it thrives. Beneath the emerald roof of the rainforest, where sunlight filters through in scattered beams, a hidden world stirs. Here, among the tangled roots and mossy logs, amphibians reign as quiet guardians of the forest floor, their skin, delicate and permeable, makes them sensitive sentinels of the ecosystem, each breath binding them to the pulse of the moist earth. A poison dart frog, radiant in blue and gold, clings to a leaf's underside. Its vivid colors warn of potent toxins, a defense honed through generations. With each raindrop it sings a chorus with countless kin, their voices weaving through the misty air. Every call is both a beacon and a challenge, echoing through the undergrowth. Nearby, a glass frog rests motionless upon a broad leaf. Its translucent belly reveals a beating heart and pulsing veins, life on display, delicate yet enduring. As night falls, it ventures into the shadows, laying eggs on leaves suspended above streams. When the tadpoles emerge, they drop into the water below, beginning a journey fraught with peril. Salamanders glide silently under the leaf litter, their movements almost invisible. They feast upon insects and worms, helping to keep the delicate balance of the forest floor. In turn, they become prey for snakes and birds, an endless cycle of giving and taking. Amphibians are the forest's early warning system, sensitive to the slightest changes in moisture or temperature. Their presence signals a healthy environment, their silence a warning of imbalance. Through their lives, they recycle nutrients, control insect populations, and nurture new generations in pools left by the rain. In the deep shade, where the air is thick with the scent of growth and decay, amphibians are the quiet keepers of the canopy shadows. Their stories are written in every ripple, croak, and silent leap, a testament to resilience and the interconnected web of life. High above the forests and plains, where the earth rises to meet the sky, the mountain realm unfolds, a world sculpted by wind, frost and sunlight. Here the air thins and temperatures plummet, yet life persists against the odds. Hardy alpine plants, like cushion moss and edelweiss, hug the rocky ground, forming vibrant patches of green and white. Their roots anchor deep into crevices, drawing scarce moisture and braving relentless gusts. In spring, tiny blooms burst forth, painting the slopes with fleeting colour before the next frost descends. Among jagged peaks, the mountain goat treads with sure-footed grace. Its specialized hooves grip the narrowest ledges, allowing it to ascend sheer cliffs in search of tender shoots. Thick, insulating fur shields it from biting winds, while keen eyes scan the horizon for golden eagles circling overhead. These raptors, masters of the updraft, ride invisible currents, their sharp vision seeking out marmots that whistle warnings from burrowed hideouts. Pikas, small and vigilant, dart between rocks, gathering mouthfuls of grasses and wildflowers. All summer they build hay piles to sustain them through long, icy winters hidden beneath snow. Nearby, the snow leopard moves in silence, its pale, dappled coat blending seamlessly with the stone. With padded paws and a powerful tail for balance, it stalks unseen, the apex predator of this rugged domain. Even the wind tells a story here, carrying the seeds of wind-pollinated flowers and the haunting calls of high-altitude songbirds. The rosy finch flits from crag to crag, braving the thin air and cold dawns to find insects among the lichen. Lichens themselves, a union of fungus and algae, cling to bare rock, pioneers in a landscape where few others can survive. In these lofty heights, every heartbeat is a triumph. Plants and animals alike endure extremes of cold and scarcity. Their adaptations are testament to nature's ingenuity. Together they form a tapestry of life that clings to the very edge of existence, sentinels above the clouds, thriving where earth and sky entwine. Beneath the sunlit world, where day and night lose all meaning, lies a realm of perpetual darkness. Here, in the silent depths of subterranean caves, life has carved out its own astonishing path. In these shadowy corridors, creatures move unseen, guided by senses honed for a world without light. Blind cavefish glide through underground rivers, their eyes reduced to pale vestiges, unnecessary in the blackness. Instead, they rely on heightened senses of touch and vibration, detecting currents, obstacles, and the faintest ripples of prey. Their skin glimmers with a ghostly sheen, reflecting the minerals of their mineral-rich domain. Nearby, colonies of glowworms dangle from the cave ceiling, spinning threads that shimmer with bioluminescent light. Their eerie blue-green glow lures tiny insects, the only beacons in the darkness. Stalactites drip steadily, marking the passage of time in patient drops, as bats cluster overhead, sleeping through the day, venturing out at dusk to hunt in the open air. In pools untouched by sunlight, blind salamanders drift, their translucent skin revealing pale veins and slow-moving hearts. They move with deliberate grace, conserving precious energy in a world where food is scarce and every meal is a gift. Troglodytic beetles scuttle across damp rock, their antennae stretched wide, mapping the world by touch alone. Even fungi and bacteria find a niche here, breaking down minerals and organic matter, weaving the base of an underground food web. These silent workers sustain the cave's delicate balance, feeding the creatures that have never seen the sky. In this hidden world, survival is a story of adaptation and patience. Here, life has learned to thrive in eternal night, proof that even in the deepest shadows, the spark of existence burns on. Beneath the unbroken sheets of polar ice, where sunlight is filtered to a pale shimmer and temperatures plunge far below freezing, another world endures. Here, in the frigid waters beneath the frozen veil, life persists against odds that would seem insurmountable. In the gloom, forests of delicate ice crystals hang from the underbelly of the sea ice, brinicles, sometimes called finger of death, growing downward like icy stalactites. Around them, microscopic phytoplankton bloom in the narrow band of light, the first link in a food chain that supports giants. Tiny copepods and krill swarm in clouds, feasting on these invisible plants. Their bodies packed with energy, they become the lifeblood of the polar sea, nourishing everything from ghostly jellyfish to the immense, slow-moving bowhead whales. Weddell seals glide effortlessly through labyrinths of submerged tunnels, their bodies insulated by thick layers of blubber. They navigate by memory and echo, finding breathing holes in the ever-shifting ice. Above them, narwhals, unicorns of the sea, move in silent pods, their long tusks sensing the faintest shifts in temperature and salinity. Below, the sea floor is alive with resilient creatures. Sea stars and brittle urchins creep across the mud, scavenging for detritus. Anemones wave gentle arms in the icy currents, catching what little food drifts their way. In this extreme environment, life moves slowly, metabolism slowed to a crawl, every heartbeat a victory against the cold. Even in the darkness of polar winter, the under-ice realm is never still. Bioluminescent comb jellies flicker with ethereal light, painting the water with blues and greens. Here, in a world sculpted by cold and shadow, survival is a dance of adaptation and endurance. Beneath the frozen veil, nature reveals its quiet resilience, proving that even in the harshest places, life finds a way to shine. In the shadow of smouldering peaks, where the earth cracks and breathes fire, life is forged in the crucible of volcanoes. Here the ground trembles with hidden fury, and the air shimmers with heat, laced with the scent of sulphur and ash. Yet, even in these volatile landscapes, nature writes its own story of survival. Lava rivers snake across blackened plains, scorching all in their path. But in their wake, new land is born, raw, mineral-rich and ready for colonization. The first pioneers are lichens, those unassuming architects of resilience. Clinging to jagged rocks, they weather the toxic fumes and relentless winds, breaking stone into soil grain by grain. Soon tufts of moss and tenacious ferns take root in the cracks, their roots threading through volcanic glass. These green vanguards trap moisture, drawing sustenance from the minerals unleashed by the earth's fury. With each passing year, a tapestry of wildflowers and grasses unfurls, splashes of colour against the grey, attracting the region's earliest animal settlers. In the forests that rise on ancient lava flows, birds with brilliant plumage flit among twisted trunks, their calls echoing through the steam. The apopane and honeycreeper sip nectar from crimson blossoms, a delicate dance that pollinates the next generation of life. Beneath the canopy, the lava lizard basks on sun-warmed stones, its scales camouflaged against the shifting palette of the land. At night, the volcanic slopes come alive with the rustle of small mammals, rodents tunneling through the loose ash, their burrows cool and safe from predators. In hidden pools warmed by geothermal springs, endemic frogs lay shimmering clusters of eggs, each one a promise of survival. Even as eruptions reshape the land, the cycle continues. Seeds, encased in tough shells, lie dormant in the soil, waiting for the fire to pass. When the ash settles and the rains return, they burst forth in a riot of growth, nature's defiant answer to destruction. In the volatile embrace of volcanoes, life does not merely endure, it thrives, adapting to every upheaval, harnessing the energy of the earth itself. Here, beneath the ashen sky, the story of survival is written in fire and bloom, a testament to nature's unyielding will. Beneath drifting veils of mist and tangled emerald canopies, the wetlands awaken, a realm where water and earth entwine in a perpetual waltz. Here the boundaries between land and liquid dissolve into a world of shifting shadows and secret life. The marsh's surface glimmers with the sheen of reflected sky, broken only by the ripple of a passing otter or the silent glide of a heron's long shadow. In this labyrinth of reeds and floating islands, survival demands flexibility, a mastery of both the solid and the submerged. Amphibians, the oldest denizens, slip easily between worlds. The tree frog clings to reed and branch alike. its skin a living tapestry of greens and golds, absorbing moisture and oxygen from the humid air. Below, salamanders drift through submerged roots, their gills fluttering like delicate fans, thriving in oxygen-poor waters where few others dare linger. Fish with labyrinthine organs gulp air at the surface, their bodies adapted to the ever-shifting tides of drought and flood. The mudskipper, eyes perched atop its head, heaves itself onto slick banks, breathing through skin and mouth, a pioneer of land and water alike. Dragonfly larvae lie in wait beneath the muck, their jaws spring-loaded, each one a patient predator in the silt. Above the water the chorus of life swells. Egrets and bitterns stalk the shallows on stilt-like legs, their movements honed by patience and precision. The soft plop of a turtle slipping from a log signals a retreat into the murky depths where armoured shells become fortresses against lurking danger. Alligators and crocodiles reign as silent sentinels, eyes and nostrils barely breaking the surface. They wait motionless in the dappled shade, ambush perfected over millennia. Weaving through the rushes, water snakes glide in seamless arcs, their scales glistening, ever alert for the tremor of prey. Life here is a constant negotiation with the elements. Floodwaters rise and recede, sculpting new passageways and isolating pockets of refuge. Seeds drift on buoyant husks, carried far from their origin, germinating where the water allows. Nesting birds build floating cradles of woven reeds, their eggs balanced on the border of safety and submersion. As the sun sinks and the fog thickens, the wetland symphony shifts. Fireflies pulse above the black water, painting the night with fleeting sparks. Frogs call from every corner, their voices echoing through the gloom, a nocturne of persistence. In the hidden heart of the swamp, every creature is an architect of adaptation, every life a testament to the power of transformation. Here, where water whispers and shadows dance, survival is not just endurance, it is innovation, written in every ripple and every breath drawn between worlds. Under blazing, cloudless skies, the world flattens into a blinding mirror, a vast silent plain where salt crusts crackle underfoot and the horizon shimmers with deceptive promise. Welcome to the salt flats and saline lakes where life is pressed to the brink by the tyranny of mineral and sun. Here the land itself is an alchemist, forging crystalline landscapes from ancient seas, and only the most extraordinary survivors endure. Beneath the brittle surface, brine pools glisten in secret depressions, their waters thick with salt, far too harsh for most. Yet in this chemical crucible, life persists in unexpected forms. Halophilic bacteria, salt lovers, bloom in vibrant pinks and reds, their pigments painting the water with the colors of survival. These microscopic pioneers harness sunlight and thrive where others dissolve, forming the foundation of a food web balanced on the edge of the impossible. Above, the air shivers with heat, yet flocks of flamingos descend, drawn by the feast of brine shrimp and algae. Their plumage blushes brighter with every meal, a living testament to the minerals they consume. Each step they take is measured, feet adapted to the caustic mud as they dance in shallow water, sieving life from brine. Tiny crustaceans, fairy shrimp and brineflies, pulse through the saline shallows, their bodies engineered to resist the osmotic onslaught. Eggs lie dormant for years, awaiting the rare rains that will awaken a frenzy of life. A brief bloom before the sun's return restores the rain of salt. Even the plants here are alchemists. Saltwort and glasswort thrust waxy stems from the crust, their cells excreting excess salt in crystalline beads that glint in the fierce light. Roots burrow deep, seeking the faint trace of fresh water that lingers beneath layers of salt and thyme. As dusk falls, the temperature plummets, and the surface hardens to glass, reflecting the first stars in endless repetition. The silence is broken only by the soft hum of insects and the distant calls of birds echoing across the empty brilliance. In these salted worlds, every life is a master of chemistry and patience, a survivor shaped by the crucible of extremes. Here, on the edge of what is possible, nature rewrites the rules, proving again that where there is a challenge, life will answer, not with surrender, but with ingenious transformation. As the sun's final rays fade and shadows stretch across the land, a new world awakens, one hidden from the harsh brilliance of day. Across deserts, forests, savannas and wetlands, the architects of the night emerge, their senses finely tuned to the rhythm of darkness. In the desert, cool air settles over shifting dunes. Here, nocturnal hunters like the fennec fox slip silently across the sand, their oversized ears catching the faintest rustle of prey beneath the surface. Their pale fur reflects moonlight, rendering them nearly invisible as they dig for insects or stalk scuttling beetles. Beneath the sand, sidewinder snakes navigate by feel, their bodies moving in graceful, looping tracks to avoid losing precious moisture. Within tangled rainforests, the chorus of day gives way to a symphony of calls and clicks. Bats unfurl delicate wings and launch into the night, weaving through the canopy in pursuit of fruit or insects. Their echolocation paints a sonic map of the darkness, revealing a world alive with opportunity. Meanwhile, ocelots and other stealthy predators move beneath the trees, their eyes glowing with reflected light as they hunt for unwary rodents. Across the African savanna, the night belongs to the patient and the cunning. Lions, masters of the ambush, rely on the cover of darkness to stalk herds gathered for rest. Their eyes are specially adapted to catch the faintest glimmer of starlight, turning the savanna's gloom into a hunting ground. Small mammals like aardvarks and bush babies take advantage of the cooler air, foraging for termites or sweet nectar while avoiding the gaze of larger predators. In wetlands and along riverbanks, amphibians and reptiles stir. Frogs call to one another in rhythmic patterns, their skin moist and cool, protected from the drying heat of day. Crocodiles glide silently beneath the surface, their senses attuned to the slightest ripple, waiting, ever patient, for a chance at a midnight meal. These nocturnal architects are united by ingenuity, camouflage that melts them into the night, senses that open new dimensions in the absence of light, and behavior shaped by the challenge of thriving when others rest. Under the cloak of darkness, life does not sleep. It adapts, transforms, and endures, proving once more that in every shadow there is a story of survival. As darkness yields to the cool hush of pre-dawn, the sky becomes a vast, shifting highway. Here, survival is not anchored to a single place, but carried on the wings of those who chase the horizon, migratory birds, the tireless navigators of the endless sky. From Arctic tundra to equatorial jungles, these feathered travelers embark on journeys that span continents and oceans, guided by ancient instincts and celestial cues. Sandpipers lift from northern shores, riding invisible rivers of air, their hearts beating in rapid cadence as they cross thousands of miles in search of food and warmth. Swallows twist and dart in great swirling flocks, their paths weaving across grasslands and mountain ranges, each wingbeat a testament to endurance. Above the clouds, Arctic terns slice through thin air, tracing a path from pole to pole, a journey longer than any other creature on Earth. They navigate by the sun, the stars, and the subtle pull of the planet's magnetic field, reading the world's invisible maps. Their wings rarely falter, even as storms rage below and the air grows thin and cold. On moonless nights, songbirds soar unseen, their bodies fueled by fat reserves built over weeks of frantic feeding. High above forests and cities, they call softly to one another, a chorus of contact notes carried on the wind. Down below, wetlands and hidden lakes become vital sanctuaries. Rest stops where exhausted wings find refuge, and beaks probe the mud for the energy to continue. Each migration is a story of risk and reward. Predators wait along the way, falcons poised in the mountain passes, owls silent in the darkness. Winds can shift without warning, storms can scatter even the tightest flocks. Yet the promise of new lands, abundant food and safety for the next generation propels these avian voyagers onward. In their journeys, migratory birds weave the globe together, linking distant habitats in an unbroken chain of survival. With every flight, they remind us that endurance is not just about withstanding the world as it is, but about moving relentlessly toward the hope of what lies ahead.